Recording. I don't know if it's doing it now, but I'm gonna share my screen and just kind of go over what I do and what I look for here. So let me know when you're on.
I'm on. Hold up.
Okay.
You know how TD Ameritrade take forever to load up.
Yeah. So, oh, so you're not in yet? Okay, that's good. That'll give me some time to load up then. So, oh, you know what? I'm on my daughter's account. Shoot. I could do it on here. I should be able to do it on here. Let me go. Um, here, yeah, this is perfect. Okay. Uh, condition, condition. Okay, so I got price. It should be, let's say, mark. Let's say volume should be over, and then percent change. Let's say 10, right?
Yeah, gap up 10.
Let's do ask. Let's say the ask is $1, right? And the max don't matter. So that gives me OTC stocks, right? Let me see. Do you see it right now?
Yeah, I see it.
All
It
right,
look just
let's go. I try to honestly, 10
so
is
this
probably
is
too
so
much.
right here, how you have it set up right now is you're aiming for during the day, or is that your pre-market setup? Because the
Yes.
volume, I know that changes.
Yeah, so this is during market hours. I personally, I because when I started out, I had been trying to find an edge for like the longest. So with each session or with each I guess you can say yeah, I guess you can say like a session, right? So
Yeah,
pre-market has its own, right? And then when the market opens, the market changes or the stock changes, right? So you'll have a stock that's holding like, for example, $12 the entire pre-market, and it opened, it drops down. Like what was that? What stock was that? Um Let me see. I was just looking at this morning. Uh Was it Wafu? What stock was that? Man. Here,
and
let me
waffle
try.
the one that's been very volatile today.
Yeah, it's still going. Man, what stock was that? Because it was on my watch list. Oh man, I cannot remember. Oh yeah, hold on. Here I got it. Because I was talking about it with a friend of mine. Damn it. I deleted the damn thread. Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna go to TAOP. That's what it was. Okay, right. So you see my scanner. I'm gonna save it. Let's go. Right. So then I open this up. My watch list is my scanner. Right. So
Yep.
then I got my watch list over here. So this is all I do, right? So I got three stocks on my scanner. I'm bringing up three charts, right? And I got WAFU, I got YVR, right? And I got, what is this? I don't even know what this one is. GNLN.
That's the
GN.
that's the one that kept
Right.
popping up this morning. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go 5 day 1 minute or 5 day 5 minute. And so this is how it goes. Now Wafu, I have been holding this thing since last week Friday at at around between like $9 and $10, right? So if I go, my analysis is weird. So this is how I'm looking at it, right? This is just off of like last week. And it still never even filled the gap. That's what's funny about it. So it's holding around this $8 area, right? And
Mm.
even before like these last couple days, let's just say you saw this one, you can see that this is where the support is. I can probably go in a little closer. Let me turn off this level too. And you can kind of see max. You can kind of see um that's good enough. I just got to zoom out some. You see what I'm saying? This is all I'm looking at. Like I'm not looking at anything like really special at all. I'm just looking at where can it hold at. And I bought closer to 10, but it was in like the $9 range. But I bought closer to 10. And so just looking at the last peaks, if it went under 9.5, I would have gotten out just to kind of cut the loss, right? But
Yeah,
I'm seeing also every single day. What was that? Friday was today's 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, the 26th. Oh, wow. I've been holding this thing for a while since the first spike. So, and that's all I'm looking for, man. I'm just looking for it to, if it's gonna break down, it's gonna break down. So that's what I'm selling at. But I'm seeing all last week, I'm seeing it's a bunch of Chinese education stocks that's been going crazy like this, right? So I'm
yeah.
like, all right, cool. I can get in at my
Like
entry point. Like, go ahead.
your waffle stock is at 14.6 now. Like
Yeah, yeah.
it's
I got in at like between like 9 and 10, and I got out at like 12 something this morning. But my eyes was thinking, like my mind and my eyes are thinking, okay, this is my potential upside. My potential upside is greater than my downside. So worst case scenario, if I get in, let's say I got in at 10, I think it was like 9 point, let me see, 9 point, hold on. I think or swim. I got in at 9 point, I gotta go all 7 days. Let's go waffle. Here it goes. So I got in uh March 26th. I'm gonna post this in the Skype chat too. Right. So I traded. I didn't even notice. I traded this last week. Okay, so I traded it on the 26th. I got in at 8 and I got out at 14 and this kept going, right? And this is in the $3 or a 3 hour range. Then I got in again on the 29th, which was that next day, at 8 or 9.83. So somewhere in like here. And then I sold today at 12. What was it? 12.36. So
yeah,
this is my little meat of the move right here. And I was thinking of holding it too, but I'm over here like doing other stuff and hanging out with my kid's mom, so I couldn't really be
yeah,
on
yeah.
there watching. But did I
Hold on.
post that? Yeah.
I'm running back to your scanner setup real quick because now
Yep.
my Thinkorswim just loaded up. Like right in front of me is I got.
All right, that's perfect. All right, so where am
I'm,
I?
I'm at
Scanner.
volume.
I got the most basic scanner you can think of. And it's
Yeah,
funny because look at how many stocks it actually brings up for me. It's not a lot. You see what I'm saying? So I
yeah,
don't need to know 40, 50 stocks because I'm only going to trade one or two anyway.
yeah.
You
Because
see what I'm
it becomes noise. It's too much.
Yeah. And this is ideal of what I'm looking for. Now I could probably do uh let me see 7500, but that's just going to give me more noise. Oh, it's still straight. This is the real deal breaker right here. This percentage. So if I go, you saw how much it was when I did 10. So that
Yeah,
was 25 earlier. This is 20. But if I do 10, it's gonna show me a whole lot more.
because that's what kept popping up in my watch list. The top 10% gainers, and
Yeah,
I
and
just
that's
kept.
that's because this is how it is, right? So let's say I do it like that. Let's say I do 10%. I don't know if you can see your head right here or not. I'm trying to
Yeah,
move.
I can see
Okay.
everything.
Okay, so how I do it is I'm still sorting it. So if I'm still sorting, I want the most volatile stocks in the market. So just based off of this scanner, I'm gonna go anything over a million, right? And that's how my scanner is anyway. But I'm just doing this for purposes just to show you and the people that watch this on my YouTube.
Yes,
So
sir.
I'm looking at everything over a million, right? So now I got it over a million. Now I can either transfer it to a watch list, or I could just have it. Okay, I'm gonna bring up however many stocks this is 3, 6, 9. I'm not watching, me personally, I'm not watching more than like 6 or 9 stocks anyway. So let's just X that out. Let's just go to top. Let's say top five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got the same ones I showed earlier. There's one extra one in here, right? But that's probably not fitting a certain criteria. I don't know what it's not fitting or not, but anyway. So all I'm doing is like watching the top, maybe like 5 or 6, right? So even if I sort it by volume, it's still the same stocks up. And then you called out Archon yourself,
Yep.
Archon, CONN, and that's all I'm doing. So like, let's say I take by percent change. Let's say I take the top 3, 6, right? So let me scan this, right? Let me save it. Let me save it. Okay. Let's override it. Right? Bow, same thing. So now I got same exact thing. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking the 6 over. I got Wafu, still got the same top. So RKDA, CONN, and then I'm gonna put Archon on here. And what was the other one? RKDA. And this is all I'm looking for. Let's say I don't start even watching until the market opens, right? So I'm gonna move as fast as this computer lets me. Okay. Here we go. On day 5. Now it's moving slow on me. Here, I'm gonna let it catch up.
I'm making my watch list right now. I got it set up for the minimum of $1, volume
Okay.
at 700,000
Do
minimum.
one, do 1 million. Do 1 million minimum.
All right, 1 million.
Yeah.
So
Or honestly, you can do whatever you want, but that's just how I do it. I do a million or more. Excuse me.
But that 1 million is right when the market actually start. That's not a pre-market.
Correct.
So we got one,
From
two.
what I know, you're correct.
Yeah, it still end up with the
But
same.
I feel like it would be for that day. I could be wrong. I don't know. I could be
Because
wrong.
a lot, when I was first trying to figure this out, because I was on Warrior Traders YouTube page, and he like, okay, if you get in the market at 4 a.m. just to see what's going on, he put it down to 200,000, and then move it accordingly, of course. But yeah, 1 billion. If things ain't sharing like over 1 million, it ain't worth the time.
Yeah.
But that's why I was like, man, anybody know how to work this? When I kept saying over and over and over again, anybody know how to put together a good scanner? And it was
Yeah.
like cricket. It was crickets, especially in other rooms. They like, what you talking about? I said, you can't always follow somebody else. Like I can't
Yeah.
go off other people's call outs. I didn't got burned a lot following other people's call outs. I said, I need to see what's going
Yeah.
on for myself.
No, I agree completely. So here, let me. Where are we? Gadgets. Turn off these phase score. So, it's not Thinkorswim. It's my very slow laptop.
Oh, good.
But
Like I'm using Thinkorswim and Trading View, and I'm trading off of Webull, so
all over the place. Yeah.
I'm all over. Because
So
I using my Robinhood altogether. I got put in Robinhood, what they call it, Robinhood jail, where you can't day trade for 90 days.
yeah. Okay. And this is what's crazy, dude, because this is out of all of these, the only reason I traded Wafu today was because I was still in it from last week. So that's how I ended up doing that. It's probably wasn't even last week. What was that? What date was that? I got back in on the 29th. That was like 2 days ago. 11/10. That was Monday. Cause that's what it was. Okay, so I had been setting price alerts. So every time it goes under or over my price alert that I set on Thinkorswim, it
Mhm.
it makes a sound, and all I'm doing is watching it from that point. So if it keeps following, I set price alerts for both sides, right? So if the current price is 14 for Wafu, I would set as many price alerts going forward to the next resistance, and I would set price alerts going down from like different levels of support. And all I'm doing is I'm waiting for it to stop at one of those support or resistance levels and reverse for me to get in or out.
Got it.
Yeah. And so that's why I be telling people, I'm like, you don't even have to watch the stock. Like you can trade Wafu over and over again. As long as it still got this crazy amount of volume, you're good. You can trade this stock over and over again. You can. I told even people in my alerts group, I was like, what was that? What stock was that? It's been so many lately. Let me see. I said this was uh it was Wafu. I said sympathy play, education stock, possible swing, trade, or hold. And then there was like a bunch of other education stocks that day too. Um and so the only thing that's like funny though with like looking at this is that we're just looking at it from the perspective of the market being open. As soon as the market opens for TD Ameritrade, I'm up and watching. So what is this? Probably like 6 o'clock somewhere in here. I'm watching RKDA. Somewhere in that area, I'm watching. But Wafu, I was already in anyway, so that one don't really count. The rest of
Right.
these patterns trash to me, honestly. But still, it's the same thing. So if I go back, like YVR is the first time I've called the stock out. I will go and set price alerts. This is all over the place. I would set a price alert at 4, at 3, at 5, and 7. One of those directions it's gonna go in. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I was watching that one earlier. Then I got bored with it because it sat still, and I
Yeah,
said, so I
yeah.
said,
What
because
price
what I
was setting still?
yeah what it, after it halted, because it halted, one of them halted,
Uh,
recon archive,
I know
because
it too.
when I pulled up that trading ideas, it had a news at the bottom of whatever is halting, and it seemed like all of them NFT stocks is what's been spiking up or halting. I
Mm,
thought today wasn't gonna be as volatile it is. It's been pretty crazy in the market
yeah,
today.
real good. But yeah, that's pretty. I'm trying to figure out like, because I'm not a teacher at all, dude. Like I'm just
Yeah.
explaining whatever I know and see in the markets, and let people either take it and run with it or just leave it alone. So I'm trying to like figure out like if you got any questions for me, or if I'm like can like kind of expand upon something that I mentioned, or
But
because it's real cut and dry and simple to me.
so if you was to look into that waffle, that one, what does the level two look like, or market depth look like? What are you seeing when you
Yeah,
go in the market depth on that?
yeah. So this is how I look at it, right? And Tanya kind of asked me the other day, like, why don't you just use VWAP? All of that stuff is delayed.
Yeah.
From what I've learned about it, is delayed. So if I see that, even though, like looking at this right now, support is around $13 for Wafu, right? So with the momentum that it has, especially seeing how it ain't got none of that from the past couple of days, okay, I know that I can get in at or around 13 and be straight, right? So if I get it in at 13, my downside would be $1 versus the upside. I think it was like $21 or something like that. Crazy. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
Let me take off this level two, right? And that's just off of the chart. If I go 13 to 17 is where it's saying that at level two. Or I could say, let's say the lowest spread yesterday, I think it opened at like what the hell? Or not opened at. Was there? No, there wasn't no gap up. This is where it was. Support is at 10. We're in that area because I bought it like 9 something. So here it is again. So level 2 saying it's not going any lower than the support of the chart, which is at like between $8 and $9. So I could buy at 13 or set price alerts because you don't have to be in it to watch it. Set price alerts on both sides. The resistance right now is at, let's say, between 15 and 16. I could set a price alert. Here, I'm gonna do it on my phone because this thing is stupid. Um, Here, let me go. Wafu, right? Here, I'm looking at TAOP. So I got Wafu. I got what I say resistance at, let's say 15.
15.
Yeah, I'm gonna do an alert at 15 and 16, and now my phone going slow. Yeah, let me do this while I'm live. I need some more content like this anyway for my YouTube. So here, where we go. Boy, think or swim work great when it do and terrible when it don't.
Yeah, that's why I'm sitting here looking at mine. It's moving.
All right, so I got 15, right? So any higher than 15, I want to be alerted. Let's see if it put it on there. Oh, that's my account. Let me go to hers. I'm tripping. So I got 15, 15, right? And let's go 16. And the bottom for this trend is between, let's say, 12 and 13. So 15, 16, right? I got 15. I didn't do 16. 15, 16. And then I'm gonna just I'm gonna just put one at 12. But it shouldn't. I ain't gonna say it should. I'm not gonna say anything.
But in your opinion, looking down at this bid and ask spread, how many
Um,
on the level 2? Okay, I'm looking down. It's like 1093, 1093, 1093.
yeah.
But
I
what I'm
don't.
saying,
Like I was
I
telling
don't.
Tanya, I don't pay attention. If it's multiples, I don't really pay attention to it, right? Because that could be market makers setting up a wall right there. So now I'm looking at the active ones, the ones that are actively moving, right? The ones that are actively moving are over 12. So support is at 12 to me. And I got from 12 to now it just went a little bit lower, 16. So a 4 cent, a $4 spread for me to make a profit. Or if I swing it, my entry and where the support is, wherever it's gonna be at, I'm a hold. If I'm a swing, I'm a hold anyway. That's just me because it's been working, and my potential upside is $36. All they need is a catalyst like they had this one day for me to get out. But then I got all of these different levels of resistance that I could get out at 20, 25, 36. Even if I got in now from 13 to 15 or 16, it's still profit.
Yeah,
But that's if I'm swinging. If I'm day trading, buying every single dip that I possibly can. That's why I sent a screenshot on Skype trying to this right here. Funny on laptop because the screen is bigger. But this is what I'm saying. Every single dip. Every single dip. I only had like 2, 3 of them. That haul had tripped me out. I was in the car too. I was like, man. And then it opened up at 13 or 12 and started dropping. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stay. It's got to fill the gap. Okay, I've seen this before. Filled the gap perfectly. You see how I filled the gap right there?
yeah, yeah,
Zoom
yeah.
a little bit.
So sitting there and watch.
Filled that gap and just took off.
Yeah, I sat back. I waited like 10 minutes. I'm like, man, I don't
Mm-hmm.
want I don't want to pull the trigger and get in this. And then of course, like right what it did, it dipped down. And that's why I kept telling you the other week. I said, man, every time I see him dip too far, I get nervous and then I just run out. And you're like,
Oh,
uh,
that's probably. So, do you buy before the dip?
I wasn't sure what the dip was when I didn't really understand what level 2, like how it worked.
Okay.
Wasn't
Yeah.
really sure.
Yeah, that'll help too. It's to me it's better like pre-market at after hours because there's not a lot of trading at that time, so it's easier to see it. You just gotta, as funny as it is, you just gotta kind of be a little bit quicker. And for me, I'm waiting. Like if I wasn't already in, I would have waited for this. This shouldn't be so perfect. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes before it started taking off. I would just be watching for this 5 minutes, and then okay, it's starting to pull away from this $10 range. So now I'm gonna hop in. So if I get in at what was this? That's a huge, that's a huge jump from 10 to like 10.60. Okay, 60 cent risk versus a $2 upside. I'll take it because it dipped down at 12.
It's definitely some money to be made.
Yeah. That's pretty much how I'm thinking when I see these, man. And especially if it's like reoccurring over and over and over again, like WAFU, EEIQ, DLPN. I'm still in DLPN too. That's another NFT stock.
That you just hold.
Um, yeah, I'm just holding it, dude.
Swing.
Let me see how many positions I got. I have total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 positions right now. Um, yeah, I'm down like 360, but they all swung back up how I expected them to anyway.
Yeah.
Especially Wafu and TAPO. I traded that one this morning.
It's all good. I'm learning because last week, like what I was telling you, well, what I showed everybody, I said I ain't afraid to show everybody the losses because people think you always win. It's like, no, you don't always win. So, and
All it is being calculated and cutting them losses, man. Even if it swings back on you and starts going the other way that you originally thought it was gonna go, at least you cut your loss because that dip before it started running again, you never know how low it's gonna go.
that's what I ended up having to do. I like a lot of people in my other groups kept saying, "Man, you should get out. You should get out." I said, "No." I said, dealing with SPY going it's either that's a love hate ETF for real. But I just had to hang on and I recouped some of my losses. But yesterday, you know, I know you don't fool with options yet, all like that. But
Not too major, no.